What's up, everybody? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully everything is all right. You can see I'm in a different setting. Don't know how this is going to work out. Don't know how this is going to play out. Y'all can let me know how the sound is. But with that said, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up? What's going on, good people? Yeah, welcome to the show. And again, I already asked you to do this once, but do it for me again. Let me know, how do I sound? I'm Team Yeti Mic today. Team Yeti Mic. When I travel, I bring the minimal amount of equipment, so that way, I don't like to travel. I travel light. So I'm definitely traveling light. So y'all let me know. Let me know if I'm sounding good. Let me know if I'm sounding good on the Yeti mic. Illmatic. Okay, I'm saying I'm good. Joe Ethereum saying crystal clear. He said I got kicked out the house. No, I'm in Philly. If I get kicked out the house, this is a nice look though. You get kicked out the house, this is how you want it to happen. Can't nobody kick me out of nothing though. Let me make that very clear. But shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of y'all coming down. It's set up for my camera is high, but my laptop is low. Camera high, laptop low. So there's going to be a lot of times where it's going to look like I'm going to be looking down. I apologize. I know that y'all probably don't care. That just look weird to me when I look at myself looking down. So when I do something else here, I may fix that. But shout out to those of you that made it in bright and early before I even got things started. Omega Dreads in the building. I guess he's answering the title question. What are they the goats at? He said, failing with style and yet blaming others for their own free will. Also, goat at, man, get out of there. We ain't even getting that deep today. Goat at abortions. Come on, man. Come on. purple in the building. I do believe this is a woman. Good morning, people. Yes, she's a goat of the gift and curse. A gift for a man of his value want to move her up the ladder. Cure to be that naive. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Men rethink making immature women this age to make a wife. Well, okay, if you're talking about making women that age a wife, I mean, that typically has been the thing. Now is the thing, women, they want to live their life and do their thing and either go accomplish their goals, chase their dreams, or just start it up, or just be single and free until the clock starts to tick. And then it's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to get married now. So what you're telling men to stop doing, something that's been natural for a long time. You're telling men to stop doing something that's been natural for a long time. So, I mean, men will take that somewhere you don't want it to go. Men will take that advice you're giving, which a lot have online, especially in spaces like these. They take it on some, no, we just not getting married, period. That's where we at with it. If getting married means getting married to a chick later in life after she done thotted it up and did all that she want to do, got feminist ideals, and now, okay, I'm not about to marry her at 35. Nah. So you saying stop getting married to stop wanting to be in relationships with younger women or whatever you said, however you worded it. What did you say? Men rethink making immature women at this age. Rethink making immature women this age to make a wife. Yeah. You if you're trying to sell 40-year-old badge to successful men, I don't know if that works. Like I said on previous shows, there's such thing as regular guys, regular people getting with regular people and they, working together and working it out. That's a real thing. But no, if you're trying to, not everybody is Dwayne Wade. Not everybody is gonna marry a chick that much older than him and let her put the son in a dress. Everybody, and then go on TV and say, "Well, I don't lead in my relationship." Every dude ain't gonna just wear panties like that. All right, that ain't how it's gonna go down. There's an imbalance in the market, but that's not the correction. Wipe up old broads and let them run you. That's not the correction that we're gonna go with. She's the GOAT, Bernard. She's gradually obtaining acceptable tricks. Thank you for that. And somebody sent a super chat. So I'm going to saying when I see you in the building, future perfect. She's the GOAT because women twice her age look up to her. What women twice her age look up to her? That's a new development to me. I didn't know that. I didn't know women twice her age was looking up to her. I didn't know that was a thing. Said I'm in a clinic. Bowdy Thug in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate you. Vernon Scott in the building. Says they the GOATs at. Oh, I need to make this bigger. Glizzy got one. Oh wow. Okay. All right. But shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a lot of, and I got a lot of things on the throat goats. I got a lot of things on the table I'm going to get into. It's a number of things. As far as the Lori Harvey thing, look, this is the thing that's annoyed me the most about the whole commentary surrounding it. This is the thing that annoyed me the most, is that I didn't think men were exactly mad at it. And a lot of the female commentary on it, went somewhere along the lines of this. Why dudes so mad about about what Lori Harvey did. It's like I didn't think dudes was mad or triggered. It is a social commentary on the modern chick. There's no way around that. That's more or less what it is. It's more. Hold on. Let me make sure I can check something. It's more of a social commentary on the modern the modern woman. That's Kevin Samuels popularized that term. The modern woman is more of just a social commentary on that. It is a commentary on the fact that the guy who can roll everything out perfectly, and everything is supposed to. If you were brought up like me, believing women were made of sugar and spice and everything nice, and the dude just had to show up and just be a great guy and everything will roll out right. It highlights to those who are blue pill and unfamiliar with the nature of women. It does highlight that. It does highlight that is in this modern time where female nature is run amok, deregulated market. There's no checks, no balances, no controls. They just do what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. It highlights that. Like a lot of people are having their moments here where they're like, hold on, wait, that don't add up. This is what women are supposed to want. A lot of people are finding out the hard way that nope, they on some other shit. So basically the stuff that we've been saying from the jump. The stuff that we've been saying from the jump and getting called chauvinist and misogynist and we hate women and all of that. Basically, things like this sort of prove the point. Oh, well, if you were just a better man, if you were just a better leader, if you were just a better this and you were just a better that, and if this or that, blah, 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 the woman would just naturally follow you and submit. It's like stuff like this just prove the point that, no, y'all on some gaslighting bullshit. A lot of what we do in these spaces is like we're like the Scooby-Doo detective agency pulling the mask off the real Scooby-Doo villain. It's a lot of that going on. So everybody who's trying to, spin it like, oh, dude's just mad, they just triggered, they just this, they that. No. That ain't what's happening. That ain't what's happening. He said they told me all I had to do was be a good black man. Did they not tell you that, hood surfer? Did they not tell you that? You saw the first female comment when she started trying to sell. She just immediately started trying to come in and sell some old wizard sleeve veg. That was her first inclination to start trying to push some wizard sleeve. But we're gonna dig in. Okay, I'm looking at this. This look good. But we're gonna dig in. Okay, I'm looking at this. This look good. Yeah, this don't look. The audio could be better. But I don't know. I'm on a Yeti mic, and it's kind of far away. But here, let me do this. Okay, hold up. Trying to make sure trying to get the technicals right today. Trying to get the technicals right. Trying to get the technicals right. 142 in the building. I'll make sure y'all hit the like button. There's going to be brief moments of struggle streaming today because I'm in a different environment and I'm using like the B-Team Skeleton Crew equipment. I'm on my laptop and I'm on a Yeti mic. On my laptop and I'm on a Yeti mic. But moments like this, it just highlight. It highlight a couple things. It highlight that one, that is no cookie cutter thing out there. It's no just be a good black man. Just do what you're supposed to do. Just be successful. Make sure that you looking good and all that, and things, and then the woman just going to roll out just exactly right. So it's like the thing that people put out there. Put it like this. Let me explain it this way. And I'm not even trying to come at this individual, but I think y'all going to know who I'm talking about. He said he could throw a rock into a crowd of 100 women. He could just throw a rock into the crowd and hit a wife. because the man that he is, the woman that gets with him, she's going to conform to him. She's going to follow him, and because he's the man that he's supposed to be, she's going to fit like a glove around that. That's just how women are. Like, that's more or less the blue pill stuff that we've been taught. That's the delusional stuff that we've been taught. What we've been doing is we've been just pulling the mask off the Scooby-Doo villain by showing that no, that's not how it worked. That's what's been going on. Hey. If I don't say his name, you don't say his name. If I don't say his name, you don't say his name. I was trying not to. Because I respect brothers who about their business, own their real estate, they got properties and doing big things. I respect it. So that's why. That was so many times. I was so close to doing a reaction video to something that he said. And I was like, no, I ain't going to do that. Because I'm, other than when he jumped off the cliff right there, he means well and he says a lot of good things. Says a lot of good things people need to hear. So I'm not going to, I'll never exactly do that. I'll never do that. I might got this mic backwards. Give me 1 second, yeah. 1 second. All right, we're just rolling with what we got. This was an article. I couldn't find all the golden reactions that I was looking for. There's a lot of people made some golden reactions to this. It was fun just listening to women just react to this. It was definitely some good ones. That I had some fun with, that I was just looking at casually. I didn't know I would be doing more content on it. And then I started scrambling at the last minute, trying to find some of the stuff they were saying. They were saying a lot of crazy stuff. They're saying a lot of crazy stuff that I was trying to get to. I'm looking at one right now. Michael B. Jordan just bought a gorgeous new house, and we all thought he will propose soon. He is 35, and Lori Harvey is 25 years old. Lori probably just feels she is only just discovering who she truly is. She recently launched a brand, is fit as fuck. I can see why she'd want to wait. It's more evidence that look, it ain't the men, it's the women. I love Lori's energy. She is such a breath of fresh air, from her look down to the way men are disposable to her. Are just chef's kisses? I don't know. It was just the stuff that chicks are saying, and yeah, I know that there's a factor in the equation. That ain't all women, but no, it is a commentary on how women in this modern time think and operate. It is a commentary on that. You can't. I don't think you can get around that. This was an interesting when somebody was like, this chick, R. Ridley. I don't know who she is. I don't think she's somebody. I think she's just a random tweet. I don't know if this is a person who somebody said, dudes praise Future but drag Lori Harvey. Now keep that same energy. Now the dudes who praise Future, the same dudes who praise Future ain't dragging Lori Harvey. I think the dudes who are more critical of Future are more likely to see the bullshit in Lori Harvey. At least that's what I notice and how I see things. What do you apologize for? I apologize, Chat and BR Network, for my spelling and grammar because OnlyFans ain't working. What? What OnlyFans got to do with it? Man, I don't even know what the title of that show is, where she was, she outed herself. How she was like so close to starting. I ain't about to further out you. JC the Conqueror in the building says, where you at, BR? I'm in Philly. I've been talking to y'all, telling about the Mumia Obsidian Ali experience. I'm in my hotel room in Philly. The event is actually tomorrow. We are meeting up, going out to dinner later today or later tonight. And but the actual event is tomorrow. The actual event is tomorrow. I don't know how it worked. If you still can get good tickets and come on out, I really don't know that right now. I don't know if it's closed right now. But if you're interested, I would certainly look into that. Go to blackmanosphere.events and check it out. And yeah, he says, "Br, are you at an Airbnb in Philly? Did you drive?" No, I flew, and I'm in a hotel room. Really, really nice one. Really, really nice. When I look, and I'm a simple man. I ain't need all this, but Theo, the people who speaking at the event, Theo, put us in the hotel rooms and all of that. And yeah, he overdid it. Like, it's nice as hell in here. It's nice as hell in here. It ain't no two ways around that. It is real nice in here. If I didn't, like I said, I got my B Team skeleton crew equipment, and so I can't even get the camera and walk around with it and show y'all because it was plugged up. Okay, and I can't do. I might figure out a way to do that later and just show y'all out of the room. But Opinionated Brother Radio say I sound good. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you everybody supporting. I know I missed some super chats. I'm going up trying to catch them. Yeah, I got flued out. Says the manosphere stays in the baller suite. Yeah. It's nice up in this joint. I can't even front. I'm a simple man. I don't need all this. And I was just talking about how I don't really, traveling ain't really my thing. And yeah, it came for me. I was like Jon Snow in that scene in I don't know, was that the Battle of the Bastards? I don't know which one that was. With and everybody, the whole damn army was coming at Jon Snow, and he was standing right there with a sword. When I said, I don't really care to travel that much, everybody came for me. It was crazy, but here I am, out traveling in a luxurious hotel suite. Saying Black Man Rock. Yeah. Hey, Al Boogie, not Al Boogie, GA Boy asked the best question. He said, you got to, oh no, he didn't ask. I thought he was asking me, did I get one already? But he said, you got to get you a cheesesteak, Bernard. Guess what? I already did. That was one of the first things I did. Just for the culture. But yeah, so I wasn't planning on eating, but I was sitting up in here. I got hungry, so I ordered a Philly cheesesteak, and it was good. Okay, it's a cheap ass place, Big John Steak and Onions in my hometown. I don't know if they everywhere else. I just know it's a lot of them in Michigan. They got like the best. They got like the best cheesesteaks, and it's cheap as hell. It's like less than $10. It's it's cheap as hell. I don't know how they make the best ones, but so the one that I got here would have been better than that, because everywhere else I go, they don't be better than the one at the little place in my hometown. But here, the one here would have been better. It legit would have been better. But see, when I do it, I gotta have like the mild, not the jalapeno peppers, like the mild peppers, banana peppers, whatever they call it, and put Italian dressing. I know that the Italian dressing part probably sounds crazy, putting Italian dressing on a cheesesteak, but man, I didn't have an Italian dressing. I called them, and it was too late. The Uber Eats dude had already left. But just based off just the bread, the meat, and the other fixings that was on there, if I would have had my peppers and dressings, it would have been better. It was bell peppers on it. Bell peppers get the job done. It was good. It was good. I did do that. Just to be in Philly, you gotta have a Philly cheesesteak. But if I would have got, I might try another one before I leave and just put the exact specifications on it that I normally get, and then it would have been solid. But it was good though. It was good. It was good. Says Geno's Philly cheesesteak is the best. I'll try it. He said Philly cheesesteaks are overrated, but if you're into burgers, go to Village Whiskey. I don't think Philly cheesesteaks are overrated. It needed a little more. See, that's what I hate when you're going to. It's probably the reason why I don't like traveling as much. You go to a new places, you don't know the ropes. See, if I could order that over, I would have got extra cheese on it, because it's like the bread and the meat on it was so much it overtook the cheese to where you couldn't even taste the cheese. You know, that's the thing with trying something new. You just never, you gotta. So I was like, if I would have went with extra cheese, it would have hit. But it was good though. It was good. I can't front on it. It was definitely good. Evie Now in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Need more seasoning. That's one of the problems with them. They don't put enough seasoning on them. So when I was doing it, and I wanted to get it raw, just how it come. I wanted to get it how it come, but I was in my mind. I was saying, I was like, tell them to put some black pepper on it, but I was like, nah, but nope. It needed some seasoning, and it needed some dressing, But yeah. But no, it was all good though. It was all good. I definitely enjoyed. But let's see. This chick said, dudes praise Future, but drag Lori Harvey, not keep that same energy. What percentage of men, black men, do y'all think be praising Future? What percentage of y'all think do that? Now, my video on this, I did shout out to dudes who be cheating and get the girl to just take them back, because at some point you got to realize being a good guy don't work. So I did sarcastically shout out the dudes who cheat and get the women to take them back, because being Mr. Nice Guy don't work. Well, come on now, but what percentage of dudes really out here praising Future? Which dudes think that's really a good thing? It sort of goes back to what I said in that when I talked about Nick Cannon promoting being a serial impregnator. Well, the first title I went with is Men's Health promoting baby daddyism by having Nick Cannon on their on the cover, and that's real talk right there. They're not just having them on the cover. They literally promoted the whole lifestyle of just basically being a serial impregnator. And I think I just found out he got extra kids on the way. But I'm like, black men ain't out here high-fiving that shit. At least from what I've seen. I haven't seen nobody high-five that. They catch some jokes. But everybody generally understand that that's a bad idea. Everybody generally understand. And I didn't say this. I didn't say this in the video because it was in Men's Health magazine, where they was basically saying their families in all types of ways, and you can't. They're basically making an argument that you can't knock somebody doing what Nick Cannon doing, where he's deliberately just on that, like that one dude said, my pullout game ain't weak. I just don't pull out. It's a conscious decision. It's a conscious decision. And it was funny is that he said, Huzerda said we got to talk. I'll bring you up in a second. He said we got to talk about Nick. I have thoughts on that. Probably about to relate it back to your commentary on the Sperminator, because Nick is being the Sperminator. He is being the Sperminator. I think I know where you're going to go with that. I think I want to know where you're going to go with that. I'll put the link out there for you in a second. But in Men's Health magazine, I didn't say. Actually, no, I did say this. It just didn't make the cutting room floor. And Jackie Jack read my mind because she posted that in the comments, and I was like, "What the hell? How did she know I said that?" But she must, mediocre minds think alike. I don't know, but I was like, Men's Health magazine is promoting a man just getting a bunch of women pregnant and doing it on purpose and is what it is. That's what men. How is that healthy for men to? It's not healthy for men to let women leverage that much power over them in this modern time. It's just not. It's just, it's just not. The Men's Health magazine promoting that, and if they were just interviewing them, just talking to them about it, but no, they basically made the matriarchal feminist type of argument that, you know, family is family. You know, there's all different types of families. We can't put family into a very specific box. So they basically saying, yes, the roaming father who drops off semen and comes by for birthdays and holidays and Skypes with you when he's living in another state. They're basically saying, yeah, that's the FaceTiming father is what we're going for. That's basically what Men's Health magazine was promoting. Somehow it's healthy for a man to give that many women leverage and power over him. I don't care how much money he got. I said this about Future. It don't matter how much money he got. If he keep getting women pregnant, and then eventually his career going to slow down, and eventually he's going to be in a place where the amount that he got to pay out in child support, because even if he ain't paying child support for all those chicks because he's taking care of them, he's giving them money. Well, eventually, if that career starts slowing down, he can't give them as much money. They run the calculation that, okay, well, let me just make sure I get it on the record. Let me make sure I get it on the books. They're not going to get child support because you're giving them money. Okay, that's one thing at first, but eventually they're going to be like, nah, your little last album didn't pop. Let me go ahead and get my stuff on the books to make sure this train don't slow down. And then they go and do that. All right. Now he paying child support for 17 and a half kids, and his career done slowed down. He going to end up in a place, like I said before, he going to end up in a place where he going to be on stage tap dancing just to break even and pay out his child support. A lot of entertainers have finished their career like that. Like, I mean, come on. Like, this stuff is stupid. So when homegirl in that article was saying dudes praise Future, but they dragging Lori Harvey, I'm like, who's praising Future? People I've heard who literally praise Future for what he doing are the same people that they completely benign on the Lori Harvey thing. Where I'm at with it, I ain't mad, I ain't tripping, I don't care, but it is an interesting commentary on the modern woman and the notion that the modern man just got to be on point and have his stuff right and have his stuff together, and a woman is going to conform to that like a glove. She's gonna, if he naturally leads, she'll naturally submit. That's the argument, right? That's the argument. A man hitting on all cylinders, that didn't happen. That shows that argument is false. And then they'll turn around and say, oh, well, that's because you got to vet better. You got to pick better. You still got to pick better. But wait a minute. If the argument is you just have to be on point and then the woman will conform to you, then the pick better, then you can't make the pick better argument. You can't have both of those. That's the thing that they don't understand. You can't have both of those. The pick better argument, I can go with that. I can go with that. I can absolutely go with that. I mean, you know, that's common sense. That's common sense. But you can't have the other gaslighting argument. You can't have both of those at the same time. You can't have them both. But since, hold on, let me see. I got a lot of stuff that I was planning on talking about, but I'll keep some of that in the. Okay, I got to do. Okay, Hood Conservative gonna want to talk about this too. I'm gonna put this in there for Hood Conservative real quick. I'm curious to see what you had to say on Nick Cannon, and you probably got something to say about this stuff right here too. Hold on. Hold up. I know y'all saw that shit. Okay, I'm off the picture. I know y'all saw that shit. The Carolina, where I gotta go? I gotta get over here. The damn Carolina Panthers got a trans woman cheerleader. That's a thing. That's a thing. That is somehow a thing. Like that exists. They literally this is the tryouts. All right. Look at the chick. Look at the sister behind him to his left. She probably been dancing her whole life, went to dance class, probably did ballet, tap dance, done every type of dance. You know, a lot of these chicks, some of these chicks be having them stage parents, you know, like the non-obnoxious LeVar Ball type of parents. A lot of these chicks be having that, and their parents trying to get them to become stars and make it in dance and Hollywood and all that. Their whole life, they make it as close as they could possibly get. They're about to be a Carolina Panthers cheerleader, and some dude walk in there. Some dude walk his ass in there, popping and twerking and get the job over them. I know they pissed. I know they want to be liberal and rainbow coalition, egalitarian. We're all the same. We're all equal. We are the world. We are the children and all that. I know they want to do all that, but I know they didn't give this the goddamn job over us that we done worked our whole life to get here. We've been living off 900 calories a day since we was 13 just for this moment, and they didn't let this motherfucker walk in here talking about he a woman. Look, like, what the hell? What in the absolute hell is going on? And the Carolina Panthers hired him to cheerlead for them. And they didn't even get one of like look at this shit. And he just showed up. He ain't even got no didn't go get no breast implants. He just he ain't had no damn surgeries. He ain't even put a wig on. I'm not going to lean in close enough to look, but he probably got full the beans and franks down there. He just didn't walk his ass in there. You know his voice deep. He probably sounded like Darth Vader, just walked in there. I'm a woman. His voice probably deeper than Darth Vader, just walked up in that joint. And then took a job from a chick that been dancing and twirling her whole damn life. They didn't even get one that, Nancy, all right, pause, infinite pause on this one. Infinite pause, okay? I can tell immediately, 99 times out of 100, I can tell that that's a man. just instantly. But there are some that you and your boy, y'all might look like, hey, is that? Dude, I think that's a man. And he's like, no, it ain't. Yes, it is. Dude, look. And then y'all look and y'all like, oh, you know, it's some that you gotta, they didn't even get one of those. They didn't even put one of those out there. They got one that they ain't even look like, he don't even look like he 10% done 10% of the transitioning. He don't even look like he took not one of the, you know, they take the little pills, the hormone pills or whatever they do to make he don't even look like he done nothing in the process other than just showed up with a Darth Vader sounding voice. You know he sounded like James Earl Jones. Just showed up to the Carolina Panthers tryout and said, yeah, I'm a woman. You know. Hold on. Man, cut it out. Conservative, man, cut it out. Give me a D. You got your D. You got your D. Man, go. Oh, man. put the link in the chat for you if you want to. You said you wanted to say something about Nick Cannon. Yeah, you could come on up on that. But Theo in the building. Let me move this up the screen. I can't have this up here that much. I got to get rid of that. It was a picture of him standing next to all the chicks, man. He looked like a whole 8 inches taller than everybody. Like you could be sitting up in the nosebleed. See, even if you don't know the story and you didn't cover the story, you don't know that this is a thing. You don't know that this happened. You don't know. So, but you just a Carolina Panthers fan somehow showed up to the game. You average income earner. You got nosebleed seats. You all the way up top. You all the way up there in the nosebleeds. You're completely unaware that there is a trans woman cheerleading for the Carolina Panthers. You're completely unaware of that. You just go to the Carolina Panthers game, you're waving your little flag and go team or whatever. And then you can tell from the nosebleed seats, like, is that a fucking man? Like that's they didn't even get one that could pass from the nosebleed seats. They just put a full-blown dude out there. A full-blown dude. You should have to be in the expensive upfront. I mean, a little known fact, there's no such thing as a good seat at a football game. Even when you buy up front, you still seem far away. Basketball, I've never been courtside at a basketball game. But at least at a basketball game, you're right there. You're right there in the action. But anyway, if you pay for the expensive seats right up, front row seats, like you should have to. Oh, my bad. I don't think I ever dropped it. You should have to pay top dollar. Okay, you should have to be in the front row seats to be able to tell. Oh, damn, that's a chick. I mean, that's a dude. No, they hired a dude that you could tell from the nosebleeds. You could be in the blimp that's flying over the stadium, looking down like, hey, is that a dude over there twerking with the chicks? Like it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. If they gonna throw a dude out there as a cheerleader, and I ain't talking about the male cheerleader that tossed the chicks in the air. No, I'm talking about he full dance squad, full pom-pom squad. You shouldn't be able to tell from the nosebleed seats. I ain't even got the image pulled up, but the image where he was standing there in formation with the chicks, I guarantee from the nosebleeds you could just eye out that's a dude. Muscle mass wise, height wise, he like you can't see my hand. He like that much taller. I would say them chicks they like right here on him. They like about right here on him, almost a full head length. That's how much taller he is than everybody else. And then just body mass wise, he like double everybody's size. It's like, come on, man. Come on. But Theo Waff in the building with the $50 super chat. Do appreciate you. Let me make that big one. I got a hood surfer down there, so it's about to get interesting. He says, wait, is that a pimp in the VIP presidential suite? Talk about high value. Don't put the label on me, that high value label on me, man. I'm just a dude. He says, and yes, your argument is 100%. This is why we use passports, because women like Lori are normal and we are tired of them. Yeah, it's hard to be a Western woman and not be affected by aspects of just modern Western feminism culture. Like I know you could argue that you just shouldn't be calling them all feminists, but the reality is all of them got a splash of it in them in one way or another. But shout out to Theo, do appreciate him. Like I said earlier in the show, I don't know if you heard it, man. You be overdoing it. You got us just too pimped out right now, man. I'm a simple man. I would have took I would have took anything. You could put me in a motel, man. I would have been good. But then he got me in here in a damn presidential suite. I'm like, come on, bro. This is excellent. So shout out to Theo. Can't thank you enough. But all right. Hood Conservative in the building. Hood Conservative in the building. I went on a rant about the Carolina Panthers cheerleader. I don't know if you've covered that yet. I don't know if you said you want to talk about the Nick Cannon thing, but if you want to,
Yeah, I really don't. I covered this Carolina thing yesterday, and I mean it's hard to keep talking about this stuff because it's so cringe. But like, dude, ew. Listen, this is why I'm not a fan of modern sports anymore, because like years ago I noticed the wokeness creeping in and I just wasn't really fond of the whole venture after a while. And now with all of this stuff slowly happening, I feel more vindicated at not caring about sports as much as I used to. Because like, what's next? When is Joanna Man going to be real? I want to watch one. I want to see Brittany Griner get dunked on by some dude.
I already talked about that. Actually, me and LAR talked about it when I did that pre-recorded on the D Wade and Gabrielle Union. I talked about it. Zaya Wade is going to play in the WNBA. Why not? You got Dwayne. He's going to be 6'4", probably like his daddy. It's going to be a 6'4" woman. No. He's a woman. That's those are the rules. We didn't make the rules, but those are the rules. He's a woman. Are they going to deny him to play in the WNBA? So he's going to be a 6'4" ass, going to be out there with Dwayne Wade genetics, dunking on them chicks. It just is what it is. Like that's the next progression.
What if he's like 6'10"? If he's 6'11" or something, like a 6'11" black woman dominating the paint? That's what we want. That's what the community needs in the future.
When that happens, okay, this stuff, having the homeboy out there with the cheerleaders, I got a problem with that. If they let a big 6'10" dude in the WNBA, now I support their cause. Let's go.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Let's go all the way.
I would play pay-per-view to watch that. They might just get a fan out of me. Yeah, let Dwayne Wade's son get in the WNBA.
Y'all girls want to make more money, right? You got to sell more tickets. This is a win-win. You're going to sell more tickets. The girls' salaries are going to go up, and it's going to be trans positive. It's a triple slam. It's a triple. It's a hat trick.
Yeah. I said he's gonna average a triple double, but not for those of you that don't sport. I ain't about to explain sports, but it's not going to be like a points, rebounds, assist triple double. It's going to be points, rebounds, blocks. He going to average like 62 points, 37 rebounds, and 17 blocks. Like it's just going to be off the charts. He gonna break. You're going to break every record.
Break every single record in the WNBA. Every single one.
He's going to hold all the, not records in terms of averages. I'm talking about in terms of totals. I'm talking the whoever's the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history, however many points this woman tallied up over a 15-year career, he's going to break all that shit in like 3 seasons. You're going to just bury ass.
This is the ultimate irony, and this is why I had to coin a whole new term for what's happening here. So women wanted to escape the dominance of men, and they created their own little thing. We got a girls club, this and girls that, and sports and all that. And to a certain degree, it was acceptable. And then they kept pushing even further. And it's not like we want to actually compete directly head to head with men and replace men and be men in a lot of instances. And for a while, it froze a lot of men in place, but there were some men who were craftier than others. And they decided to meet the women head on and beat them at their own game. And what it tells me is that no matter how hard women fight against the patriarchy always asserts itself. This is the trans patriarchy coming into existence right now. The trans patriarchy is here to put these women back in their place, man.
The trans patriarchy.
The trans patriarchy gonna have these chicks baking cupcakes and making sandwiches faster than any of us regular guys could have ever done it. Have you seen the trans MMA fighter cracking skulls, putting chicks in walking comas? It's bad. It's bad. That girl's gonna be baking cupcakes for the rest of her life now.
That's why I'm literally convinced that they will have to let a man, a trans woman, play in the WNBA. If they're allowing it in combat sports, then I mean, what is basketball? So, yeah, we're going to see that. We're going to see that if things culturally don't change, we will no doubt see that. But hold on, before I hold on, real quick.
No, there was one last thing before we move on from this, because you touched on something that was deeply profound when you mentioned Vader and how Darth Vader just shows up, and you got to do the whole like Darth Vader suit, like. Like it's like that, because this is really what's happening. Is it's like a giant Jedi mind trick. Like you remember that scene with Obi-Wan, and he's telling the two guys like, these aren't the Jedi you're looking for. This is a giant Jedi mind trick. He's like, look, these are real women. And a few of the weak-minded people will be like, well, maybe they are real women. Like, bro, this is such a Jedi mind trick. I don't see how people just can't say no.
Yeah. And listen, man. But no, that good points. But I can't. Never mind. I got to move on because somebody gonna clip it, and they're gonna accuse me of dick watching. But I don't even think Homeboy had the surgery. I think he just showed up. I don't think he took no little hormone imbalancing pills. He ain't got no breasts. He ain't even putting on a damn wig. He just out there just full dick and balls, deep voice, man chest, no wig, but just like, I'm a woman, bitch. Like
I dare one of y'all bros to say something. Say something. Say something. What? Look at my crotch and tell me I'm not a woman. Shut up. The trans patriarchy. This is patriarchy like a mug. Like, bro. You women gonna shut up and listen to me. I'm the man, I'm the woman, and you're gonna mind your business. Do what I tell you. Eat the cake, anime.
Oh man, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block in the building. He says, I am speaking on this Tuesday live. I want on this conversation. There is so much to speak on this. Support Black male media. Absolutely, definitely do appreciate Uncle Stu coming through. You said you were, let me make sure I read that right. Said speaking on this Tuesday live. Damn, what is it? Thursday? Okay, that's a while from now. I definitely share it. Thank you for the super chat. Do definitely appreciate that, and everybody who's supporting the stream. But we got a Game Changer in the building. What is going on? GC, you muted. Mic check on Game Changer. He is not there. So let's punch the well.
Let's give him a second. I know you wanted to talk about Nick.
Yeah, that's what you came up for. You wanted to get on the Nick Cannon thing. So go ahead on that.
I want to segue real quick. This thing about Nick Cannon. This is my whole point, and I refuse to say anything bad about Nick Cannon. I may make a joke here and there because we homies, we friends like that. I can joke with the brother, but no, the thing is, like, he is not the problem. No matter what you think, no matter what the image on the screens tells you, Nick is not the problem. Nick makes women's dreams come true, and he will be forever remembered as like the saint of Sperminators. Women love Sperminators. That's the model. That's what they're after ultimately. That's why Men's Health magazine is trying to low-key, subliminally push this on you. That's why the actual Sperminator, the real guy, that Ari Nagel guy, the real Sperminator OG, he doesn't get any criticism from any of his baby mamas, especially the black ones. They love this man. This man makes their life possible.
Well, of course, the actual baby mama is not going to criticize, but the mere fact that no black women nowhere seemingly has anything bad to say about that, and I barely found them that got anything bad to say about Nick Cannon. However, a public figure like let's just hate to circle everything back to him, but like for example, Kevin Samuels. They all the smoke in the world they had for Kevin Samuels, but serial impregnator like Nick Cannon, no, he's dudes like that. They seed is the right word. They seed the gynocracy, literally, and so. And that's why when I did some content on that, why Future had to separate himself from Kevin Samuels. It's like, because the women, they are good with Future types, whether they got money or not. The guy who's just walking around, just donating, contributing, community semen to the women who don't really want to be in relationships or married anyway, but they do got their biological needs. They want some kids. What better than have just a bunch of a few roaming dudes who just want to drop off some semen and be on about their day. So like dudes like that are they got no problem with them, no problem. I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard any women say anything, about Nick Cannon. No. GC, is everybody there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm multitasking, Bernard, so excuse the late responses, but I'm here.
Okay, well, you got the floor if you want to speak on whatever you want to do, whatever you wanted to get up on.
Yeah, so a couple of things as far as the TS and sports. Listen, it's all about money here in America. So basically, in the cold hard reality for people who it's easier to take a buck from a woman than it is a man. And it's easier to take one from, TS and even minorities than it is, just a standard man, because we're a lot more frugal with our bucks. That being said, what I notice is a trend of trying to womanize and LGBT and trying to push an agenda in stuff that typically men like sports. And in a nerd's case, and I've been following the Star Wars community, they're trying to push that crap over there too. They're pushing the agenda into the stuff that men like, hoping that they can retain the male audience, but then bring in a whole bunch of LGBTs and women into the same audience. They're hoping to expand the NFL viewer base to include women and LGBTs, thinking that you can do this. You can somehow appeal to them and still appeal to the men that actually like to go and watch sports. And I just don't see it. I just don't see it. It's a failed endeavor. They're just going to wind up pissing off the men, just like they piss off myself, just like they piss off the men who like Star Wars and the original Star Wars and things like that. They push them away, and then they are not acceptive. They're not really successful in bringing in the new audience, because no matter what, women don't like Star Wars and crap, and no matter what, women do not like football like that. And it doesn't matter how many LGBT cheerleaders you have or how many shoulder pad bitches you bring on. It doesn't matter. They're not going to watch it because it doesn't appeal to their testosterone. It don't.
Well, okay, and this is one thing I was trying to get into. I literally think, and this is my prediction, the Carolina Panthers, their sales are going to go down, like their arena sales, ticket sales, is going to be down. I think they're going to take a hit because of that.
They always do. Star Wars is down. The like Lucasfilm stocks is literally down because of this crap.
Real life version of the MMA thing. No, I think the person's name is Fallon Fox. He put this black girl in a coma. Like, I was watching the after fight interview, and the girl was literally dazed and confused. I swear she had like some kind of brain damage or something. What's it called? A concussion. I swear he gave that girl a walking concussion. She better not have went to sleep for hours after that fight.
Yeah, and there was a swimmer person who was like 300 and something ranked in men, and then he was number 1 ranked female. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, stop doing stuff. Stop doing stuff. Like, I mean, because like women are number one ranked at getting me a sandwich. But nope, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They try to do other stuff, and then they find out once they compare properly that they're not as good at other stuff that they are at getting me a sandwich. They're not.
And this is
Nobody.
the crazy part. We'll get called like, misogynist, and we have all these hardline opinions about women. I have never cracked a woman's skull and been rewarded for it.
Yeah, yeah, man. That junk is just crazy. That junk is just crazy. Circling back to the title topic, GC, what's your because I was sort of responding to things that people were responding to when it came to the Lori Harvey situation, and they were basically saying, "Why are y'all men mad about this? Like, are you mad that Lori Harvey essentially, as far as I'm concerned, rejected a proposal from the greatest guy on earth, damn near. I'm just playing, but no, are you mad or triggered by it? Because that's been the spin move out of us highlighting the commentary on the modern woman. But were you mad or triggered by it?
Neither.
Right. What's your take? Have we talked about that? We talked about it. So
No, we never talked about it, and mainly because I really don't care too much. I really
Fair
don't
enough.
care too much. It does bother me a little bit that Michael B. Jordan is so eager to get married. All things considered, I think that he should be more cautious of that. But really, all things considered, it's not that big of a deal that he wanted to get married and she didn't. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. Here's what you got to understand about single life, everybody, and that is for a woman, and that is for a woman, a single, young, pretty woman. Each and every single day of her life is her birthday. Now, I want the two of you to stop and think if you can remember what you did for your 25th birthday. And I am willing to guarantee that that is what she does each and every single day of her fucking life. So it's no wonder, like, once you get married, from her point of view, the party is over. So that's it. That's it. So why would she give that up from her point of view? You see, the single lifestyle has been shoved down these women's throat, like Michael B. Jordan penis. It's been shoved down these women's throat for so long that they have come to embrace it. Nobody is saying, that there's excitement or there's adventure or there's fun. Nobody is pushing the housewife lifestyle onto these women's psyche. So they're taking what they can, they're taking what's advertised to them. They think that going out and partying and every day is a party type lifestyle, this adult children type lifestyle, is a good thing because that's the Sex in the City lifestyle that's being pushed upon them. So it's no wonder that she would say no to something like that.
Yeah, and that's where you see my thing is, and this is part of the motivation because
well, somebody said, but the party, but it ends. Yes, it ends. But you see, they're like the people. They're like those atheists that go around just doing crap. I'm not saying atheists do crap. I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like those people who think that they can repent the day before they die. It's kind of like those people that think that, like, yeah, I understand religion and everything like that, and I want to go to heaven, but I also want to do what the fuck I want. And then when I'm 99, I'm going to repent for all the crap I did and then go to heaven. That's kind of thinking is what's going on in their head. My bad, Bernard.
Oh no. I agree
I
with
think
you.
there's something else going on here too. Like the person in the chat was saying, like the party ends at a certain point. This is why there has to be at least a minimum supply of sperminators in the whatever local environment, even at whatever economic level you happen to be at. They need a supply of sperminators so that way they can slide into the second half of modern femininity. You know,
Well,
you
it
can be a
doesn't
mommy
matter.
now.
Like the supply doesn't matter because even if 1 in 10,000 men are sperminators, he can sperminate 10,000 women. So they really don't need much of a supply of sperminators in order to get sperm. They don't.
Well, I think
Yeah,
by definition, it's going to be a small supply of them.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody is saying that it's got to be a lot of them. If 3% are, if 3% of men are, hell, if 1% of men are willful sperminators, I don't care. My pull out, like dude said, my pull out game ain't weak. I just don't pull out. I could if I wanted to. I just choose not to. Like if you got 1% operating like that, then the women who don't want to be attached to a man but want kids will have more than enough sperm to
yeah.
accomplish their objective.
I
Well,
was
the thing
joking about
about
this on my. No, I'm saying I was joking about this on my stream, no, but in a weird way, there's like an economic business model right here. Dudes just have to be like ruthless enough to play by it, because especially if you like one of these couch dudes or whatever. Listen, you gotta sell this to the girls. Look, you give me X amount of money, and I get you pregnant, and then boom, you get all the benefits. It's a win-win.
Yeah, but it's not a win-win to those who actually want to take care of their kids. But I think in like with Nick Cannon, right? I think that he is a person because he's not 25. He's not, he's older than Michael B. Jordan, obviously. Um, he's just come to the conclusion. He's been married and he's been divorced. He did the girlfriend thing, Christina Milian and stuff like that. And then he just come to the conclusion, probably somewhere in his 40s, like, something, this is the best that's out there because the Lori Harvey mentality is so prevalent amongst people, and because I'm rich and famous, and that's really all that's truly going to be available to me. Because I've come to this realization that marriage, particularly amongst famous people, is not going to work. It is not going to work under the rich, under the modern culture, in the modern Hollywood culture. I'm going to do the second best thing, and that is spread my seed as far as possible. But this was not his first choice. This was his second choice. This might be Michael B. Jordan in 5 years could come to the same conclusion. It's like, something? With this mindset prevalent, this is the second, this is plan B. This is literally plan B, and that is just, this is the closest thing to a family I can get that is available to me. No matter what, my looks, muscles, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, no matter what, women are going to look at me a certain way. And that way is not as a husband. That way
Mhm.
is as, somebody who can supply them with dick and sperm and money.
And this is why I was saying, like, I kind of don't want to take a hard line against Nick Cannon or just the phenomena of sperminators. It's funny. It's like it's now a label now, but I don't even want to like look negatively at them, because what you're doing is, on the one hand, you're punishing the men for spreading their seed around recklessly, as we say, but on the other hand, you're giving them every incentive to do this very thing, and no positive reward for actually being a good man. Both these guys, like you laid out, they try to be good black men. They try to do it the right way. And what do you get for that? You get scorned, you get talked bad about. It's like, oh, well, you just didn't pick well. You need to pick better. You need to work harder. You need more game. And eventually it is like, you know what? How about you just take the baby and be happy? That's what you really want, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the ones who are saying you need to pick better, what they really want to say is that you need to pick them. But you see, they're commoners. You are a commoner, and I'm talking to you and all the ladies in the chat room and stuff like that. You're commoners. You are commoners in comparison to Nick Cannon, and you're commoners and compared to Michael B. Jordan. And when you have certain people, when you have like let's just call them the aristocracy, and this is rich, handsome, famous. This is the aristocracy of men. They will not get with commoners for marriage. They won't. They can't. They feel like they can't. It's very rare that they do. That's why Tiger Woods had his uncommon wife, but he had his commoner side pieces. You are a commoner. You're part of the plebeian class. That is how you are seen. So they look to marry within the aristocracy, but they find that it's fucked up there. That there's no sense of commitment.
Hey, John Chin in the building with the $5 super chat. Do appreciate that. The new drug NO3 in the building said if Lori Harvey had a kid with Future, then she would. Man, go. Man, that's some truth. She would have married him in a heartbeat if she would have got knocked up by Future like Sierra. I mean, if that don't tell the story, I don't know what will. But
look, I have another theory on the side of that, right? This is how Michael B. Jordan could have kept Lori Harvey longer. Should have cheated on her. You made her too special.
That's why when I did my video on this, I controversially shouted out the dudes who just cheat and make her and get her to stay.
Bro, you don't understand the psychological abusive power you can wield with another woman's vagina. It is a powerful threat.
I was like, man, being a good dude don't work. Just go. I just shouted out Jay-Z, Offset, and all the others who just said, fuck it. I ain't trying to be good to this chick.
At least once in her life, at least once during the course of this relationship, she needs to understand that, listen, I will sleep with another woman. If it's for no other reason than spite, I'm going to do it. And I just need you to understand that. And then now we can finish negotiating.
Yeah, he goes on to say something about I don't know if that story is true about they saying she with some white rapper. I don't know if that story is true. I think that's just rumor, but we'll see. I don't know.
Jack Harlow, I've heard that. I've heard that she moved immediately to Jack Harlow, but rumors. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I'm looking for confirmation.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't know. I really don't care. But that ain't the interesting part. I mean, it kind of is. It kind of is. Well, if they broke up a few months ago, then okay, then she's they just now announcing that they broke up. So I mean, 3 months she was somebody else. Oh well. But she's Mo TV in the building says, Bernard, where is everyone at? What do you mean, where is everyone at? This is my. Are you talking about as far as the meetup? Yeah, I think this is my room. This ain't the event. This is just the event is actually tomorrow. This is just me in my room, just doing a stream like I always do. When I was in Miami, I did a stream from the hotel room. I don't think I did one from the room. Yeah, I did do one from the room in Atlanta too. So yeah, I always do this. I bring my laptop and my trusty, handy Yeti mic with me for traveling live streaming. So where's everybody else at? I don't fucking know. I'm assuming they're in their room. I don't even know if everybody is here yet. I think Ike is here. Shout out to Ike. I saw Ike in the chat. Ike is here. But I don't know if anybody else is here. Well, obviously Obsidian is here because he lives in Philly. But no, we'll all be linking up tonight though. We'll all be linking up tonight. But where was I? Break down the psychology. I have my thoughts and my views on that. Why is he taking a picture with the goat? What the hell? The title is "What Are Modern Women Goats Of?" or "What the hell is Lori Harvey the goat of?" How the hell do she even? What the fuck is up with that? I saw that picture. It's in some magazine that I don't read, and but whatever. So, what's the deal with that? I go to GC first on that one. And while you talk, I'm going to go try to figure out this coffee maker. It's like in this presidential suite, the coffee maker is like real complicated. It's like, I think you got to be an actual high value man in order to use that thing, because it's like, it's too complicated. I can't figure it out. But I'm about to go try to figure out this coffee while I throw that question out, y'all. To throw that question to y'all.
All right. So yeah, no, I got it. Well, before you go, I want to say this. I think that people because we're men, we actually have a completely different definition of the word GOAT. GOAT is an acronym for greatest of all time for men. For women, GOAT is still an acronym, but it's an acronym of getting others' attention's talent. And that is what she is. She is her ability of getting others' attentions is spectacular. Because even with the fact that she's, Steve Harvey's stepdaughter or whatnot, she is a goat. She has positioned herself. We wouldn't know her name if she wasn't fucking these people. Let's be clear. We wouldn't know who she was or care. She would just be another pretty girl out there in Instagram world, just wiggling ass and showing off tits. She would just be that. However, she used that vagina well. She is the goat at that. She's the goat at getting others' attention. She has getting others' attention talents.
That is a weird thing because this is. I don't want to throw the question to the conservative, but I mean, you make a good point. But I always thought it was a weird thing because let's just face it. You go to LA, even though I haven't been, but I mean, LA is LA. We generally understand. There's a lot of Lori Harvey looking chicks walking around out there. So it's like when I see a chick who's just pretty, I mean, she's fine as hell. For her to be able to strategically fuck her way into fame, that is a skill. So I can't explain it because it seems like more chicks would be able to do it. Because just being Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, they don't garner that much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like. So some women do have a skill at not just being somebody who gave pussy to these dudes, but somebody who's able to somehow get these dudes to be taking pictures and going places with them. You see, that it's something that she's doing differently because I'm sure she's run of the mill. If all the dudes like
that's why she's a goat. She's a getting others' attention talent. That's the thing.
No, but it's not just getting the attention. Is getting dudes to seemingly take her serious. I mean, the badge of fucking Steve Harvey's stepdaughter ain't a big badge to carry around. Now I got to get in a picture with her.
Exactly.
The other 30 bad bitches that P Diddy fucked that month didn't get to walk around masquerading as his girlfriend. You see that's what I'm getting at.
This is amazing. And even though I don't disagree with the substance of your argument, I'm not going to say that you're wrong or off base or any of this. This is a fair enough assessment, I suppose. I refuse to ever compliment on a woman's pussy management skills. No. It's a losing conversation for me. I don't care how well you manage your pussy. No, you ain't married. You're fucking up. End of.
I agree. No, I agree. I'm just saying, how the hell? I've never understood that. Like, I understand a pretty chick having access, but there's levels to it. For every one of her, there's 100 pretty chicks that P. Diddy smashed that he didn't get publicly seen with. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure out some chicks, it's something else that they're doing.
That's exactly. And that's that GOAT. That's that talent I'm talking about. You see, like what's her name? Like Game of Thrones, right? No, she's really just like she was really a princess of a conquered kingdom and shit. She really shouldn't be shit, but by the end of the series, she had armies of dickless niggas, So, and
literally.
Yeah, she literally had an army of the dickless. She had a dickless army follow her around and shit, and so she took a mediocre vagina and dragon eggs and she made the shit happen. So, and women admire that ability. Some women have that ability.
I get that women. Hold on, I get that women admire the ability of a woman fucking her way into fame. I'm trying to understand it from the perspective of the men. That's all. From the
I don't think that
perspective.
men admire it. I mean, is there a man?
No, no, I'm talking about the men who actually became her step stool on the way up to fucking her way into fame.
Well, I used to talk about this. I call it level 2, black female fuckery. So, because
Mm.
they talk about this in the song, Belle Biv DeVoe talk about it in the song Poison. Now, these are guys who were rich and famous from a very young age. Since they were in New Edition, they were rich and famous from a very young age, and they talk about poison. They say stuff like, she's so fly, she'll drive you right out of your mind and steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming demon. So they
Damn, that
know
was
that.
Michael B. Jordan.
And exactly that he warned us. Bill Biv DeVoe warned Michael B. Jordan of these type of women because you see, as regular men, like the men here, unless conservative is exceptionally handsome or something like that, but and rich,
No,
but
I'm
amongst
ugly. I'm ugly and broke.
yeah, so amongst regular men, we don't really come across the poison type, the true women who are made to be fantasies, because we come across the chicks who are overt with their shit. They're pretty much overt because they don't feel the need, and nor have they developed the skill to actually be a poison bitch. But amongst the rich, famous, and elite, these bitches are poison. They poison, and that's why they wrote about that.
Mm. No, good stuff, good stuff. The new drug in '03 says, even if the relationship with Michael B. Jordan is made up, or the white girl, even if it's made up, it is not wise for her to move like this. Doing the Kim K will make you a Black China. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think another. I don't think, and I don't want to use the word square because I don't think nothing is really square about Michael B. Jordan. He's just not a future type, other than hood, every other type of swag, he got it 10 out of 10. Other than hood nigga swag. So I mean, he ain't no square dude. But I don't think. I think she gonna be messing with like rappers who just want to smash, and they probably will do something public with her. But I'm thinking getting a real relationship from somebody like Michael B. Jordan. I think that's done. I think getting with a celebrity who, if he's equal to Michael B. Jordan, he's equal in something kind of trashy. Like he probably probably a rapper. He probably wouldn't even be as famous. Hell, the dude that she's supposedly with now, that they saying he's not as famous. So I think, to some degree, she haven't hurt herself for what she actually want, because what she want is just to build her brand and her fame. That's what she
Is
really wants. So I don't think she can hurt that, but I don't think she's gonna celebrity fuck up higher. I don't think she's gonna do that.
Bernard, in that sense, when you were talking about Michael B. Jordan, I want to ask: is Michael B. Jordan somehow the black acting equivalent of, say, Russell Wilson?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, because Russell Wilson seems to be like, a decent dude in all other respects. He's not hood per se, but he's a decent guy and all. He's a good man, just in general, as like you would measure a man on paper, I suppose. He's just not hood. But like, is that also like a similar quality of Michael B. Jordan? He's just that kind of type. And what I'm getting at is this, because what I think happened here is another example of something we talk about in the manosphere. This notion that Black women don't necessarily want to get with builders, quote unquote, per se, the kind of guys who are, steady and stable. They want the fun. And those are two like opposing personality types, are radically different guys. And it seems like another example of that, where she doesn't necessarily want the slow, structured stability of a guy who wants to build a family. He's a builder. He's a Russell Wilson type, and
No,
I think she'd rather have the future.
but she had Future and she left him too. Like, let's be
Yeah.
clear, she's not actually with a hood nigga either. What I'm saying is, I agree with you on the fun part, but it's more fun to be alone, to be single, and to go from dick to dick to dick. The CC is more fun than hood dick. Now, there's hood dick on the CC.
So the fun is prominent.
Hold on,
It's not the
CC.
dick, it's the fun.
You meant carousel. My fault.
Carousel, yeah. But it's not the dick per se. It's the fun as a draw in general, and the dick is just a consequence of her desire.
No, I agree. But my point is that being uninhibited, being unattached, is her goal. There's more fun in that, and getting attention of millions as opposed to focusing on the attention of an individual. Is her idea of fun, and it's the idea of fun of many women. And that's why that's what she's actually going after. This isn't about hood niggas versus.
I agree.
Because she fucked them both. So it's really not like who's winning in this competition. I know she is, because she is getting her definition of fun.
Yeah. See, when we do that, and that's where I had to check dudes on my channel about that. I'm like, y'all are like overrated. I hate to even say it, but it's like y'all are overrating hood dick. Like, I mean, y'all sound like y'all got some pussies and y'all fucking these dudes. Like, why don't just assume? It's like no, it's like they just assume. Like, I don't know by what standard do somebody just assume that the sex was better with Future versus Russell Wilson. I mean, like, if people go down a goofy path with this stuff.
Well, no, because we're trying to the guys that do that, they're trying to figure out who would she settle down with. And
that part is a fair question.
So the conclusion that a lot of dudes will come up with is, well, if she can't settle down with Michael B. Jordan, she must have a particular fetish for something that he doesn't possess, a quality that he doesn't possess, and that's the quality that they assume that he's lacking. But it's really not about that. She's just not the settling down type.
Yeah, no, I agree. You're spot on that she messed with all shades of it, and yeah, and at the end of the day, what she chose is freedom. The whole Russell Wilson thing, to circle it back there, it was that when she, had kids and had to sit down and settle down, the problem was that Russell Wilson was the only type that would wipe her up after all of that. So that's really the commentary on the Russell Wilson types with that. We don't even know. We don't know if that's Michael B. Jordan. If she would have showed up with, real quick. If she would have showed up with one of Future's kids, like Sierra did, and then Michael B. Jordan was still basically trying to wipe her up, then we could Russell Wilson, and we could put him in Russell Wilson category. We don't know if he that.
No, which is why I invented a term. This is my term and my term original, and fuck anybody else who say that it's theirs. DNA, dick and attention. That's
what?
my term.
Hold on, time out. Stop the show. Are you telling me you came up with that before Tommy Sotomayor?
Fuck that nigga. So
right.
My original term.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, my original term, DNA, dick and attention, is what she's after, and you get less of it as a married woman.
Yeah.
Which is why she's never going to settle down, hood or otherwise. That's why I came up with the term Game Changers term DNA.
Well, you remind me of an idea I've been kind of hammering home lately. Ever since I stumbled onto the whole Sperminator thing last week, the entire the phrase that I kept using, and I framed my show around this concept, was false law. And I was using it as a point to say that it is actually the women who should be looked at as needing to be accountable. It's not really the men, because false law is not a law per se. It's more of an axiom that seems to hold true almost everywhere you look. But it's the female, not the male, that determines all the conditions of the animal family. So when we talk about these cases of Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, it's all based on her desire. His desire to want a family with her was not the prominent thing. It's her desire that matters ultimately at the end of it all, especially considering there are no constraints on her desires.
Yeah, that's true. This makes me sort of ask the question, because you know how one thing, and I've never made this argument. They say women control access to sex, men control access to marriage. I don't think that's true anymore. I don't think that's accurate. It's only accurate in the sense that men typically have to propose, but I think this is a cautionary tale of the mere fact that the game has changed, where, especially because it's my belief, and it's kind of some data to support it, that men want families more. Men want to be married more than women do, and the reason for that is because the only way that a man can have a family is if he's technically in this country. Technically, there's ways to work around it, but the only way a man can have a family is if he's attached to a woman. But a woman could just get pregnant and she can have her family without a man.
That right there. This is why the whole notion of men control access to marriage, it's true enough, but it's irrelevant, because marriage really is in this context. Marriage is just a clever word for family. And that's really what we're describing here. Men do not control access to family. So to describe it as men control access to marriage, and in marriage means family, that's an illusionary goal. That's not really true. Men do not control access to families. And no matter how you feel about women, if you can hate women, you can be mad at women, you can love them to death. That is a simple reality in today's society. How do we as men deal with that?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. There are ways and workarounds. A guy who wants a family, there's ways he can get it without being attached to a woman. But it's, for the most part, for the majority of men, family comes attached to a woman. For a woman, she can just get it. Shout out to the serial impregnators and the people singing community semen out there. She could just get it and make it happen. That's why home ownership amongst single women is higher than what it is amongst single men, because women, they feel like they got their family. When they're single and they got kids, they buy a house because they got a family. Men only buy a house when they get a family. Single men.
Home ownership is higher amongst single women because they took my shit. That's what divorce is. A divorce is two people becoming single and her taking your shit. And then she says, oh, yes, well, the single woman has the home and the single men don't have shit because she becomes.
That's true as well, but I'm pretty sure single women with kids buy houses more than single men who
with
got
the man's money.
No, I think
no. I'm not talking about divorcees. I'm talking about single.
No, I'm talking about
baby mamas. I'm talking about baby mamas.
Baby mamas, and they get what? They get what, Bernard?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
They get what?
Okay.
Here's a clue. Mr. Palmer says, "Fuck what?"
Child support.
And they take that child support and buy what with it?
Okay, it helps.
They took my shit.
Yeah, it's fair enough. But either way,
people in an apartment.
I understand. Hold on, wait. I understand that the system that's set up aids them in doing so. But I'm just talking about just the mentality of people buy homes when they have a family. A man typically can't have a family without a woman, but a woman can have a family without a man being there. Therefore, she feels like, I got my family. I got my 2 kids by 2 different men, but we're a family. And so she wants to buy a house. And yes, the child support is helping add to her overall net income and allowing her to buy more of a house. And if the guy did want to buy a house, child support coming out of his net income makes him buy less of a house, to the point where he's like, I'm just fucking rent until I get married again. And I ain't getting, or until I get married and I ain't getting married. So that's why. So when it comes to single men with kids and single women with kids, or single women with kids, they do buy more houses. So I mean, we generally agree. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, because even though on the surface your numbers hold up, let me ask you, when was the last time you've actually driven through a neighborhood with actual houses, not like row houses stuck together? I mean houses, and there were just a bunch of single moms everywhere.
Not nice houses in nice neighborhoods. That don't happen. I said this before.
What the fuck is a row house?
I don't know. I just was moving past that.
Like brownstones, like like the houses are just like the urban kind of houses where it's not like a standalone home. The houses are like a long block of just homes. I don't know how to describe it if you can't see it in your mind. Like a Brooklyn brownstone, like the typical Cosby family house. You ever seen the Cosby house
I've seen
from
the
an
Cosby
outside
house,
shot?
but it
Huh?
looks like a regular house with a backyard and shit.
Again, but it's not a standalone house. It's essentially like blocks, like a whole block like that, with just a bunch of houses built together in a long block instead
What
of
the
just
fuck?
like a
They're
suburban
stuck
layout.
together.
Dude,
So
yeah,
it's
I
like
mean,
a
maybe you
one.
can't see it like
The whole block is one big apartment of houses.
something like that. Yeah, I guess on the West Coast you don't really see that. On the East Coast, it's way more common.
All I'm saying is this: for the example is a chick that I'm Facebook friends with. Now we didn't really date. It was almost something going on. But anyway, we Facebook friends, and she had a kid when I met her, and then sometime along the way, some 6 years later, she had another kid. She worked at the bank. After she had that second kid, two different dads. Then sometime after the second kid, she was posting that that she just bought a house for her family, like worded it just like that. Just her and her kids moving into this house that she got. I'm assuming that her two baby daddies are in an apartment somewhere. She's in the house, doing the family thing just without a man. I assume, but you do make a good
Shit.
the good point that Hood Conservative is making is that the neighborhood, like down the street, I mean, I can kind of call it my neighborhood, but it's really not. But because it's like a clear difference. I live right on the dividing line between the city and the township. I mean, like the city is where the township is where the nicer houses are at. The cities are,
You're across the tracks.
Yeah, well, not even tracks. It's like the dividing line. It's like a street. Like when I go, I don't do it no more. But when I used to go jogging, I used to go jog through the nice neighborhood that was just across the street. But so long story short, when I first moved in my house in I think 2014, majority of people in that neighborhood was white, vast majority, like 90%. Now when I go through there, because I went walking through there recently, and my kids when they look older now, so they don't do Halloween trick or treating no more. When you used to take them trick or treating in that neighborhood, I noticed that it went from like 80% white to when I'm like 80. That shit is like 80% black now, and it's families. I don't see single mamas. I see actual couples with actual man, woman, kids buying those houses, and they some nice looking houses. Not rich or nothing, but some nice looking upper
Right.
middle class
And
homes. So
I bet you they got shit Christmas lights. I bet you the houses owned by single mothers got shit Christmas lights.
no, but see, no, hold on. But that's the Hood Conservative point that I don't see single mothers over there. I mean, it's like a real neighborhood in a real community. I don't see single mothers over there.
I'm just saying, like Christmas time, you could tell who's a single mother if the Christmas lights are shit. Like,
yeah. there's a deeper economic reality. Like, yeah, there are women buying houses, and I think it's more like what GC is pointing to. It's with other people's money in one context or another, the government assistance, the some man's assistance, whatever. And what I question is the idea that a woman is like starting from scratch, never ever gets married or anything, and she just has babies, becomes a single mom once or twice, and then rises up to be like this nice homeowner. That's a rare thing, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
Dancy in the building says BR. I wouldn't say it's a skill in Lori's case. Being Steve Harvey's daughter got her on the red carpets, that's true. Then access to the parties, that's true. Then access to famous men. But yes, she got access to them just like every other bad bitch in LA that we didn't see those men taking pictures with and walking around masquerading as her boyfriend. Like we didn't see that with the other chicks. They just got fucked. So it is a fair question. What's the difference? The Game Changer did a good breakdown of it, but it is a fair question. What's the difference between just her and another pretty chick? Like the status of her being Steve Harvey's stepdaughter shouldn't make a man who have access to thousands of women like that say, okay, this is the one that I'm about to, be going places with and doing stuff and looking like a couple with. That's just a question that I floated out there, and I don't think being Steve Harvey's stepdaughter moves it don't move the needle for me. I mean, a pretty woman is a pretty woman.
Yeah. No, it's the whammy, Bernard. It's the whammy. Some chicks have it. Like some chicks have that it factor that they can, and that's what Poison. That's what that song is about. The chicks with that it factor. You know, of course, looks a part of it, and it gets you in the door. But some chicks, they have that it factor, and I see it happen to dudes that can get women. Like, and you could, you just see the decline. Like when they just be whammying these niggas, it's like, God damn, what is she doing? And then you wonder, like, if she put crack on her nipples or something, or if she do voodoo or some shit like that. I'm telling you, some women are out there. That's why I used to do that level 2 stuff. That's why I used to prepare fellas. But then again, most dudes are average, and they don't come across women with that ability. They shoot for the top because they have that ability. They have the power. Kind of like if you had the ability, you would shoot for the top of women. If you had the gift of gab or whatever, and you could just get any chick you want, you shoot for the top of women. They have that as it applies to men. So I did that to prepare men to where if they ever became that it dude, to prepare for that, because these chicks are out of control. And they know each and every single, because my friend is married to one. They know each and every single like details, expression, and mannerism that turn a motherfucker on. It's not just about their looks. It's the like that song, the way they comb their hair, the stylish clothes they wear, the little things they do. They have mastered that. They have mastered that shit since they were a little girl. They know what the fuck they do to turn you into a bitch. That's what they do. They were born to make regular top tier men bitches.
Well, you stumbled onto something here. Oh, this is crazy. Steve Harvey. Did anybody listen to Steve Harvey? Someone on his like show or whatever radio he was doing, they asked him about the whole thing, and he had to give a response. His response wasn't like, exciting or anything. He basically had to condone his daughter, stepdaughter, but he had to condone his daughter, returning to the streets. And he didn't really like say anything bad about Michael B. Jordan. It was like, nobody, did anything to anybody. It was a amicable split, so whatever. And then I'm looking at the bigger picture of it all, and just how you sort of described how, with a girl like Lori and the guys she dates, it's still a weird way of turning them into a bitch over time. If you're a man and you have to like watch your daughter just thought her life away from boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend, isn't that like a weird version of getting cucked too? Like, look, little bitch, you're gonna have to sit down and pick one of these dicks and stay there, goddammit. Like, this is weird. I don't want to see this as a father, as a man who has to raise daughters, and I'm looking at this like, I can't be Steve Harvey. Like, well, I guess she didn't want to sleep with this guy no more. She gonna find her a new guy to sleep with. I mean, good luck to her on her journeys. Like, oh, this shit is so cringe. I couldn't imagine.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Harvey is the source of her power, and not just his name. I would not be surprised if that's the case, because you see, Steve Harvey is not a funny person. In fact, he's not really talented in any way whatsoever that I'm aware of. And however, the fact of the matter is, he was able to make a very lucrative career out of very, very, very poor talent. So he turned something regular, like his comedic skills, and he pushed it to the top. He pushed it to the top. He took something that should be regular. This nigga should still be doing stand-up at open mic for free, like me. However, he moved himself to the top. His ability to manipulate people's situations is superb. It is superb. He can brand stuff very well. And
I think in that regard,
I think she's doing that to herself.
The
Tell me I'm
major factor in that.
Name one funny thing Steve Harvey ever said or did ever. Ever.
I think
he is the only person that has ever became famous. The fuck you talking about? I'm tripping.
Okay.
What is he good at ever? His books is shit. His
in the Titanic,
shit.
That Titanic joke on Kings of Comedy. He said if it was black people in the Titanic, we'd have been too crafty to just die out there in that water. We'd have flipped over one of them dinner tables and grabbed a dinner napkin and used it as a sail and been blowing our way back to shore. That was funny.
No. That's his take on black exceptionalism. How many black people died on a slave ship? Y'all seen that scene on the Y'all seen that
What
scene on
black
the
man is
Amistad?
on a plane while the ship is
No. You
going
seen the
down?
scene on the
That was funny.
Amistad where they chained them together and they threw the rocks
Who
over
in
the
the
side?
game would have been
Where
in
was that
pool
crashing
shit?
his fin? I don't want to hear it. Nigga, you're not funny. You're not funny. He got a liquor bottle thrown at him in Oakland. Look it up. This nigga got a liquor bottle because this nigga's not funny.
All right.
Dave Chappelle, funny. Chris Rock, less funny, but funny.
No, there's a secret sauce to Steve Harvey. He has a secret sauce, bro.
That's my point,
Black
and he
women
gave
love
that to
him.
Lori. The ability
Black
to
women love
manipulate
him. That's
people
it.
with mediocre stuff, with slightly above average stuff. The ability to take slightly above average looks or something like that and get exceptional results is something that he gave to his stepdaughter. He took slightly above average comedic skills and made it into something spectacular.
Bro, the majority of his career has been low key appealing to black women. Go all the way back to his TV show. He was what? He was a tall, light skinned simp.
Mm-hmm.
This is his whole career. That's essentially his whole career. So that's when you talk about what keeps him there. What's his thing? It's that is a steady, consistent appeal to black women.
Okay, let me ask you this. Name something stupid that's not appealing to black women.
Well, that's
Every time you name something stupid, black women love it. Medea, they love it. Jerry Springer, they love it. Maury Povich, they love it. Reality TV, they love it. Name something stupid that they don't like. See, here's the thing. It's not difficult to appeal to black women. You just got to think of the stupidest thing your smart brain can think of, and they'll like it. So that's not really like a hitch. That's not really like a selling point to say that, oh, he's appealing to black women. Pretty much every stupid thing that exists, they like. Name one. You think I'm wrong? Name one. Name something stupid. Name something severely stupid that they didn't like. The stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life ever was Dolomite, and they loved it. That movie was spectacularly stupid.
Lightbearer Council in the building says status means something out here. Prettier women do not have access. Prettier women? Yes, they do. Prettier women do not have access to these men. I think that's bullshit. She didn't get that off being average looking and having status. She was pretty and had some status, but I don't know how, like I said, the last thing I said before I got up, I don't know how the status of being Steve Harvey's stepdaughter.
No, I think that means something. I think it does mean something. I mean, maybe from outside that circle, it might be hard for people to conceive of it, but I can imagine how that works because, like, Black Hollywood in and of itself isn't like a giant thing. Black Hollywood is a little bit of a cloistered group. And then even within Black Hollywood, there are hard divisions, you know what I'm saying? So Steve Harvey's kind of made it somewhere relatively to the top of Black Hollywood. That places him somewhere in certain people's minds.
Okay, I'll play ball like this. The notion or the concept that they looking at her, okay, she just as bad as the bad bitches we like to mess with, but she came from money, came from a good home, so we know that she ain't gonna do nothing shisty. I think that probably that is an appeal. That is an appeal just from just a bad chick who just hit the genetic lottery, but came out the hood or out the trailer, but she just hit the genetic lottery. Cleaned herself up, washed her, made herself look decent and went to LA. Yeah, the chick like that she'll ruin your life. They probably, just the mere fact that Lori Harvey, you're not going to ruin their life. I think that probably is what gets her in the building or in the door to the point to where dudes practically claiming her, whereas other pretty chicks, they just like, yeah, we just smashing. But anyway, Lightbearer Council in the building says status means, oh, wait, I already read that one. I meant to click on this one right here. Harambe says that's facts, hood conservative family the way we knew it is dead in America. Yeah, and we've been reporting on that, and men have been to blame for it. But no, we've been we've been snatching the mask off the real Scooby-Doo villain. Like, so that's what we've been doing out here. But shout out to everybody in the building. I think that's the one that I already read. And all right, we're back down here. But no, yeah, good stuff. 307 people in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate each and every one of y'all being in here. I had okay, hold on, wait. Could y'all hear that? Could y'all just hear what was just playing right there?
Yeah, just the audio. What's that?
Okay, all right, cool. This is some funny shit. And we might just wrap this up in 2 hours, but I gotta play this ratchetry real quick before we get out of here. Where the hell is it? No, damn it. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, here it goes. Hold on, y'all can't hear that yet. I'm gonna wait till it come back to the beginning.
I didn't fucking get him. You just fucking pushed him. I did not touch that man. Don't run your mouth.
All right.
I saw this video.
Yo, you just got hit by a car. I didn't fucking get him. You just fucking pushed him.
The funny part is that we could clearly see that she bare minimum participated in this man getting hit by a car. She denied the shit out of it.
Touch that man. Don't run your mouth.
No.
Don't fucking touch him. Yo, you just got hit by a car. I didn't fucking get him. You just fucking pushed him. I did not touch that man. Don't run your mouth.
All right. That shit there just had me dying, man. Just the mere fact that, okay, she did push him. I mean, you can see she pushed him. The mere fact, the veracity, the strength and the passion of her denial of right after she just did it, man. That just tickled the shit out of me, man. I don't know. Go ahead.
Bro, this is something that popped up. It was I think Sandman did a video like a week or so ago about, it was around the Johnny Depp thing, about how women are just allowed to lie. Mm-hmm. Just it's par for course. And as a society, as men, we all kind of encourage it, or not encourage maybe, but accept it, and just, we buy into it in little ways. Like, think about all the little white lies that we just generally accept from women. Women lie about their age. They lie about where they go at night. they lie about their weight. They want you to lie to them about their weight. Like, it's just, women are kind of allowed to live in lies. The whole paternity thing, where like at least a third of married couples have babies that are not the fathers. Secretly, a third of those fathers are not the father. Like, it's just sort of accepted that women casually lie. And we never operate on that reality. The reality that we're told to operate on is believe all women. But how is it believe all women when we subconsciously accept that women are allowed the graciousness of little white lies all the time? Even if the little white lie means I didn't push you into traffic, she is allowed the graciousness of little white lies all the time. But believe all women. Your mama can't never do nothing wrong.
Well, the thing about women and lies and men believing them is that they tell the lies that men want to accept, because the truth is such a harsh reality that men will sooner take the woman's lie over the truth. And I'll give an example. Some Southern bitch, right, in the 1940s or something, says that a Nagaga raped her, right? And then, you're a white dude, and this is your love interest, this is your wife, this is your girlfriend, this is your sister, something like that. Deep down in your heart of hearts that shit didn't happen. That's not what happened. That deep down in your heart of hearts that is a lie. However, the truth The truth is that they got big dick and white women like it. Now that is a harsh reality. That is a harsh ass reality. So it's easier to accept the lie and go out lynching niggas. That's the easy thing to do. It's easy to accept the lie because that lie is convenient. The harsh truth is that he has that BBC and she likes it. That is harsh. That is harsh. It's like I got money and power and whiteness, but he got a BBC. That is harsh. That is harsh. So they go out lynching niggas. It's easier to accept that lie. Now, with Amber Heard, it's easy to, in this whole believe all women thing. Listen, it's easy to believe that women never lie about rape because the harsh reality is that if they do, then we have to evaluate each case on a he said, she said thing, and some people might get away with rape as a result of this. That is the harsh reality, because you can't really tell what went on in the bedroom. You can't really say, unless it's forcible, you really can't say whether, she privately consented, privately, rejected. You don't really know. It's very difficult to prove that case. To avoid that difficult situation in future legal battles, they would prefer to be able to just believe all women. In spite of the men being harmed for false accusations. In spite of that. Just like in spite of this dude getting lynched, it's easier to just take this ugly ass lie. They tell the lies that they know they want you to believe. Or they know that you want to believe. And she knows, that Southern bitch knows that that you want to believe that this dude raped her because you don't want to believe that you willingly sucked his anus. You don't want to believe that.
It sounds like all the detractors of the manosphere, they just rather believe the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that. You rather believe the lie.
Very true, very true. Light Bearer Council in the building says chicks that clean up and come to LA get a 2-year run, then they can't land a job. They try for a man, get used, then head home. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's only so many women that can actually make it in LA. So yeah, a lot of them be, shacked up in 6 people in a 2-bedroom apartment, waiting tables and sucking dick here and there to pay rent. So, all right. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up at the 2-hour mark. I'd like to thank everybody who's in the building. Shout out to you, Light Bearer Council. There won't be a live show tomorrow because the event that I'm down here for will be tomorrow. So I will be doing that, but so I probably will be dropping some pre-recorded stuff. We'll see. But shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you again, Game Changer, Hood Conservative, and thank you to Theo. He didn't have to do all this. He got me in this damn nice ass hotel room. I don't even know what to do with myself up in here. But all right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I am out of here. Peace. We go.